Hello! I wanted to talk to you a little bit about starting your e-commerce online business with Zazzle. And I know that if you are a follower of mine, you've heard me talk about what Zazzle is. You've heard me speak about how I'm in love with Zazzle. So many amazing things about Zazzle. But if you aren't familiar with what Zazzle is, I want to break it down for you here and now and tell you why it's the perfect platform for literally anybody to start making money online, especially now when people are searching for a source of income on how they can make money online, and that they don't have to be in an office, that they don't have to be worried if coronavirus has taken away their opportunity to have work in the future. Just a whole bunch of uncertainty that people are going through right now. And I want to give you the opportunity to hear me out for a couple minutes and to tell you that even if you haven't really heard of what Zazzle is, it's a really great opportunity for you to have the possibility to make money online. And I'm talking to you about this today because, well, first of all, we're doing a challenge on our free Facebook group, which is the Creative and Ambitious Entrepreneur on Facebook. So you can look for that on Facebook, and you can also go into the link in my bio. It's the first link there, and you can sign up for the free challenge, and it'll help you with everything that you need to know about how to properly set up your Zazzle store. But then also, I want to talk to you about why Zazzle is really good, and then also what you can do with Zazzle too, because a lot of my girlfriends, for example, have asked me over the years how I started making money online, and then also what I even did, because Zazzle seems like this sort of foreign entity to some people, and they don't really actually see the potential until they get explained to them a little bit better. So if you are a creative at heart, I want to say, if you like certain things, like I have lipstick on my teeth. If you like certain things, if you have a hobby, for example, and you like weddings, or you like hunting and fishing, or you like soccer and sports, or you like anything basically under the sun, and you're interested in it, you obviously know what's popular within that realm, right? If you play baseball, you know what baseball players slash teams are popular during the season. You know what kind of equipment you need to use. You know the certain slogans or sayings that people use. So basically, whatever you're interested in, let's say sports or babies or weddings or events, then there's a potential for you to make money online, because you basically take the information that you know about what you're interested in and translate that to an e-commerce platform. And the reason why Zazzle is so popular and so amazing is that literally anybody can open an account today for free and start making products off of the thousands of products that they offer, and you don't have to have any down payment. There's no costs. You can just go and have fun and start making products to sell. And when you start making products to sell, if your products are sold, then you earn a royalty. So for example, if I make a wedding invitation, which I design and I sell online, and I sell one wedding invitation, it sells for $1, and I get 10 cents from that. But because I've set my royalty at 10%. But if I sell 100 wedding invitations and I sell $100 worth, that's $10 that I get to keep, because I've earned that amount of money. And the best thing is that Zazzle deals with the shipping, it deals with the production of the products, it deals with customer service, it deals with everything that you probably don't want to deal with. And all you see is an email that comes into your email inbox that says you've earned a certain amount of money, which is awesome. So if you create a really great group of popular products, or a really great store, and you start to brand yourself and you build up brand recognition and you actually start to sell a lot of products, that is where you actually see a lot of the money coming in. And I have personally built a Zazzle business that sells wedding invitations and stationery that has made over $1 million in sales, which is absolutely crazy. And anybody can do that as well. I started out 13 years ago, and of course I do have a lot more products than you will have if you're just starting out right now, but there is potential for you. And A lot of people think that they can't start out on Zazzle because they're not creatives, or they don't know what to sell, or they don't know how to design products, or they don't even have like the products to sell. Some people think that they actually need to physically make the products, but that's not true, because Zazzle is the perfect setup because you basically log in, you create an account, you open up a free store, and you get to choose from thousands of different products that they offer, from like t-shirts to shoes to candles to bedding to stationery to skateboards, even. Like, there are so many possibilities for you to actually just explore and have fun creating. And so if you want to check it out, then go on to Zazzle.com. So that's Zazzle.com. And you can see what kind of platform it is and why it's so amazing. Then, if you actually want help learning how to start your business properly and actually grow it to be something so that you can probably potentially replace your 9 to 5 job or earn extra income on the side for you to enjoy in, let's say, that family vacation that you've been wanting to go on for a really long time, or save up money for an early retirement, or be able to just buy the groceries that you want to rather than buying the no-name groceries. I have been in all of those positions except the retirement one, where I'm saving for early retirement. But I have used Zazzle to be able to travel around the world. I've actually lived in Spain for the last 10 years because I was working on Zazzle, and it gave me the opportunity to work online. Then I was able to buy my first car. I was able to pay for an apartment in Spain. I was able to do the things that I wanted to do. Some really amazing trips, and just spending a lot of quality time with my family and friends, because I wasn't forced to have to ask my boss for time off or a raise, or feel unfulfilled with the work that I was doing in a corporate job, or have to compete with other people who are trying to get the same position as me. Zazzle has given me so many amazing opportunities that I didn't even really know existed until I experienced them. And so, for anyone who's kind of on the fence or doesn't even really know what the heck I do, hopefully this gives you a little bit more insight on what the capabilities and the possibilities are for you as a person who wants to make money online. We say Zazzle designers, but you don't actually have to have any experience in design previously. You can learn on the Zazzle platform. They have a really interactive tool that you use. It's basically like a Photoshop program that's embedded in their platform that you log on, and you can just play around with all of the different layers of fonts. They have so many different fonts that you can use. They have so many different products that you can make, as I mentioned before. And then you can also upload your own photography and artwork or graphic designs if you are an artist. But if you're not an artist, you can create really cool text-based designs and have them sell like crazy. I know that a couple of years ago, there was this huge fad, and it's still happening, but it came into the fashion space and even home decor space a couple of years ago, where everything was just text based, like home sweet home, or I'm a boss babe, or mi casa es su casa. And so everything that was selling in the marketplace was mainly text based. And if so, you are interested in home decor, for example, but you have no experience in designing or even Photoshop or graphic design, it doesn't mean that you're limited to not being able to work online. You can create a lot of really cool text-based designs using the Zazzle platform, and just your knowledge of home decor because you read magazines about home decor, and or home staging. It has any, like, whatever you're interested into. That's why I mentioned at the beginning, whatever you're interested in, you can basically be within that space on the Zazzle marketplace and sell e-commerce products to anyone around the world. Zazzle is an internationally known website, and they ship internationally. They have clients and customers from all over the world, and plus they do their own external promotion. So you, as a designer on Zazzle, you don't need to worry about bringing external traffic to their website because they're so well known. They do that themselves already. And so the relationship that you have with the actual platform is really great because Zazzle makes money off of what you sell too, right? They take a percentage, or you earn a royalty. So they are working just as hard as you are to help promote your products, for your products to be sold, because if you don't sell your products, they don't make their money. It's different than other platforms out there like Etsy, for example, or Shopify. Other POD platforms as well don't have as many capabilities of Zazzle as Zazzle does in terms of customization. Um, and a lot of people know about what Etsy is, but Etsy is completely different as well because you have to pay for a subscription. You also have to then make the products, most likely, unless you're selling digital copies. But in terms of it being on the same scale, if you wanted to sell what you sold or can sell on Zazzle, on other platforms, you would probably have to make it, right? You'd have to make a t-shirt and then sell it, or make a cell phone case and then sell it. On Zazzle, you don't have to make it physically. It's a virtual product until someone actually buys it, which is really cool too, because that means that if you make a product today, it can potentially be sold years from now because it's on the online space and the product really never goes away. It's always online and people can find it or come across it years later, and you can be making money on things that you made like years ago, which happens to me all the time. I sell things that I made 6 years ago. Some of my stuff is best sellers. I've sold over 28, I showed on Instagram the other day, over 28,000 individual copies of an invitation. And that product was made 6 years ago, and I'm still selling it today, which is really, really cool. And if you're in the same situation and you're a Zazzle designer who's able to say that, that is so amazing. And if you're someone who hasn't started out on Zazzle yet, or you're thinking about it and you want that to happen to you, it can happen. Like the possibilities are endless. And so yeah, the best thing about it is that everything is virtual and you don't have to store things in your house, or you don't have to make physical artwork or make physical t-shirts to sell to somebody and ship them out physically. Zazzle does all that for you. And I can say that because, well, first of all, I'm a Zazzle designer, but then second of all, I've had experience of where I would physically make things and try and sell them in local stores, because I am a designer at heart. I love creating and I love doing things that are creative, and I tried to sell my fashion designs in physical stores here around locally, and I would have so much inventory. I would have to have had paid so much money for my materials, and then not to mention also all the like man hours and like hand labor that went to making these things. And then I would go to the stores, and then I would be sort of shut down, or I would be told that my stuff wasn't worth the price that I wanted because I was making art, quote unquote. And so people thought that I could be bargained with because I was an artist. And that doesn't happen on Zazzle. So you can make your artwork and be a professional artist if you are an artist and a photographer or a graphic designer, and sell your artwork on thousands of different products, and you don't have to physically make them or store them or pay for the material or anything like that. It is seriously the most amazing platform that I have ever come across in terms of print on demand and making money online. It is not a get rich quick scheme. You are building your business. You are building a business that will stick with you for years to come. When I first started out on Zazzle, I didn't realize or think that my store would be with me for 13 years, but it is, and it's still going, and I'm still making money from it. And Zazzle has become my life, and things that have happened to me in my life have only happened because I have been able to make money online with Zazzle. And so I don't know if everybody fully understands that at the beginning when they start to work on their Zazzle store, but it's going to be like your baby. It's going to be something that grows with you and that you work on consistently to always perfect and always get better and always strive for greatness, I want to say, if that's your objective or if that's your goal. But setting a certain income goal to replace your 9 to 5 is not impossible. I have students who make $5,000 a month. I have a student who just made $100,000, or actually over $100,000 in earnings in total on Zazzle. And I have students who are on track to make that. I have students who are on track to make and triple and quadruple their incomes that they have been working on for years, before they came across me and my mother, Elka, who teach and mentor, and they followed our teachings, and now they're finally realizing that this is not just a hobby anymore. It is an actual thing that can grow into something huge. And when I say I've made 1.5, like me and my mom have made actual like take home earnings over $1.5 million combined, the two of us. And that's our earnings. So that's royalty that we've earned combined. When I say that I've had, or I've built $1 million online business on Zazzle, it means that I've sold over $1 million worth of sales. And I have worked consistently on making money online on Zazzle for that, and I've built up that business. And I have, created an online e-commerce business that is booming. And I would have never been able to do that if I had thought that it was just a a hobby or something like that wouldn't actually last. And Zazzle is always performing to strive to be the best. They're always innovating themselves, re-innovating themselves, reinventing the wheel, like reinventing things, bringing in new products for customers, bringing in new products for designers. They treat the designers as equal as the customers, probably even more so, because they want to make sure that the designing experience is the best, because that's how they thrive and flourish themselves too. They are fully dependent on their designers to make good products to sell, because that's how they earn their income. And so they want you as a Zazzle designer to be treated as, royalty basically. And they're always working on making things better for you. They're always making sure that the customer is served properly. Even during COVID, like they pivoted so hard. They made so many amazing strategic business decisions to keep their company open and still ship out products and make sure that their designers are able to design and sell, and then also for their customers to receive their products. Within the first couple of weeks of coronavirus, Zazzle realized that there was a need for face masks and for face shields in the marketplace, because people are buying face masks. And they reinvented or repurposed one of their printing machines in their warehouses to make face masks. And since then, face masks have been booming, first of all. So Zazzle designers are making a lot of money on face masks. And Zazzle, the company, has stayed open throughout the entire time of quarantine and self-isolation and shelter in place. They've been open and they've been in business because they were able to pivot and to keep themselves with my my battery's dying. Keep themselves open during this time of where businesses were closing because of coronavirus. And so, as a Zazzle designer, I personally have been making money throughout the time of coronavirus and quarantine. Some of my students have had their best months ever, like their entire Zazzle career during coronavirus, because of the way that they have implemented the 5 strategies that my mother Elka and myself teach them. And it's just going to get even better. E-commerce is becoming so popular now, especially with everybody staying at home, with everyone buying online, with people being a little bit more cautious in terms of going out and actually buying things in physical stores. E-commerce is a huge thing right now. And if you want to make money online, or to earn extra income, or have some more security in terms of your job, and be able to say that you are your own boss, and to make your own hours, to basically cut your own paycheck, to determine what you want to do and what you don't want to do, not have to ask permission from your boss to get that extra vacation time or that raise, then you should definitely think about first of all, talking to me, because I would love to talk to you about how you can start your Zazzle business. But then second of all, join my free challenge that the link is in my bio right now, and is the Start Your Zazzle Business Challenge. And your eyes will just, be open. You will be open to a completely new world where you can actually have freedoms in terms of location freedom, time freedom, creative freedom, financial freedom. And if you actually put the work in and you work smarter, not harder, and follow my teachings as well as Elka's teachings, where we teach you the 5 strategies to open up your Zazzle business and start it properly and grow it within with the right strategies that you need to implement, then you will potentially see success, and you will be able to possibly replace your 9 to 5 to be able to go on vacations with your family, spend more time with your family and friends, be able to make your own decisions in terms of work and life balance related things. And as I said, your life will be changed. When I first started out on Zazzle 13 years ago, I was in university. I was nervous about where I wanted to actually go in terms of my career, because I had no idea. I knew that I really liked fashion. I knew I really liked designing things. I was pretty smart. I had scholarships to university. I had like a 95 average in high school. I loved learning, but then as soon as I got to university and I was studying business, I was taking my MBA, I hated it because I couldn't actually be creative. I didn't know, I didn't like economics, first of all, and I didn't like accounting. I didn't like the business aspect of it, but I knew that I wanted a business. I knew that I wanted to own my own business. And Zazzle gave me the opportunity to have my own business and to do it my way, and to be my own boss and make my own business decisions based on my interests and my passion and my why, and the reason why I actually wanted to go into business in the first place. And it just gave me so many amazing opportunities. If you don't know who I am, then you might have seen on my feed that I have lived in Mallorca for the past 10 years. I was also able to I've never had like an actual physical job besides the first couple of years in university. After I started to decide to dedicate all of my time and actually treat my Zazzle business as a business, I haven't actually had another job. We started to make courses and sell courses online to help people make money online with Zazzle. But apart from that, I have dedicated all my time to my Zazzle business. And I was able to, at one point, take off basically a year and a half without touching my Zazzle business, because something happened within my family that was very important. And it was a big thing that basically rocked a lot of emotions. And so I wasn't able, I didn't feel like working. And I could take a year and a half off and just basically work on myself and figure out things with my family and sort of everything that came along with a certain situation that happened. And my Zazzle earnings didn't go down. They were steady. I was making the money that I needed to make to help me live the way that I was living. And that was all because I set it up properly using the 5 strategies that Elka and myself teach our students. And I want everybody to be able to do that as well. If you are a Zazzle designer, I want you to set up your Zazzle business properly so you're able to take the time off that you need if you need it, or not take the time off. But I want you to make the money that you need, because I know that all of us need to pay the bills. We need to pay the rent. We need to buy groceries. We need to do things that are the basic necessities of life. And then on top of that, we can have fun and we can travel and we can do things. But you need to make sure that you're understanding that the business that you're creating is going to be something that is going to give you the money that you need to do the basic things that you need. And if you have that set out in your mind, and you set the goals, and you implement the proper strategies, the 5 strategies that we talk about, and you also work smarter rather than harder, you can definitely do that. You are able and so capable of setting up a business online with Zazzle that can potentially replace your 9 to 5 and give you the money that you need to do the things that you want. And All I want is that for you. And so if you are interested in learning more, if you want to learn how to open up your first store and actually start posting your first product for sale, tomorrow on our live challenge, I'm going to be doing a live tutorial for that. And you can see how easy it is to actually set up your first store and then post your first product for sale. It is so easy. Like, that is not rocket science at all. And you will actually have so much fun with it as well. And then you actually realize that there is a huge potential for you to make money online. And you can even do it if you have another job. A lot of our students have a 9-to-5 job, and they are working up to actually being able to either quit or retire or leave their job, or work less hours in their actual real job in real life physically. But they are working in transition because they know that Zazzle can become their real job. It can become a real business. It can be something very, very real for you, because it became something very, very real for me. I didn't think that it could be, or I didn't actually see the potential when I first started working on Zazzle. And then as soon as I made the switch and I decided that I was going to actually dedicate a lot of my time and effort and work smarter rather than harder on Zazzle, then it became my real job and it became a business. I became a business owner and started making actual business decisions. And those business decisions have allowed me to live the life of my dreams and to do the things that I wanted to do when I wanted to do them without having to worry about asking for more time off, asking for more money, or being nervous that I would actually be in jeopardy of losing my job. Because I know that sometimes when we ask for more time off or we're asking for a raise, a lot of our bosses start thinking that this person is not, like, they don't want to be here, or they're asking for too much. So you're allowed to ask for more. You're allowed to earn more. You're allowed to build a business without anybody's permission. The only person's permission that you need to ask for is yourself, and actually make the right decision, or to make the decision to do so. So I'm going to